Hello children, welcome back to your PS class. In this session I'm going to explain you about the remaining topics of the lesson, that is fourth lesson, metals and non-metals. Okay. It is fourth lesson in your textbook. In this lesson we discussed about the classification of materials in our nature into metals and non-metals and their physical properties and chemical properties of uh, metals. With examples we discussed in the previous session, and now we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of non-metals. Okay. Chemical properties of non-metals. In this first one is reaction with oxygen. First one is reaction with oxygen. Non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxide. And non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Okay. The best example is carbon. Carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Next, reaction of non-metals with water. Non-metals doesn't react with water. Okay. So no reaction. And that is the reason why actually phosphorus is a very reactive non-metal. Okay. And if we take some phosphorus in a watch glass, okay, some quantity, and if we keep it in the free environment like that on a table or so, then what happens, within few minutes it starts burning. Why? Because it starts reacting with oxygen, and we discussed that non-metals react with oxygen. Okay. So here phosphorus reacts with oxygen uh, very vigorously and very quickly. So that is why it is stored in water. Why? Because they doesn't show any reaction with water. Okay. So phosphorus is stored in water, and non-metals reacts with they don't have any reaction. Next, the next property is reaction with acid. Non-metals doesn't have any reaction with acids also. Okay, no reaction. These are the three properties. And next chemical property of the non-metal is reaction with base. Reaction with base. Very few non-metals react with base. Okay. And they form very complex compounds. The reaction is so complex. Okay. So this is about the chemical properties of non-metals. That means reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, reaction with acid, and reaction with base. Now we are going to discuss one important topic of this lesson, that is displacement reaction. Okay. Displacement reaction is nothing but it is a chemical reaction in which a high reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. A chemical reaction in which a high reactive metal from less reactive metal from its salt solution. See, a chemical reaction in which a high reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. Such type of chemical reactions are said to be displacement reactions. So here I'm going to consider zinc sulfate and copper. Okay. When compared to copper, zinc is high reactive metal. So, sorry. I'm going to explain it to you in two ways. First, let us discuss about this. See, copper sulfate and zinc. Okay. So, when compared to zinc, copper is less reactive. So, what happens? This high reactive metal displaces this less reactive metal from its salt solution. Okay. Here, zinc sulfate is a salt solution of this less reactive metal, and this high reactive metal is displacing less reactive metal from its salt solution. Okay. And it is going to occupy the place of this less reactive metal. So, finally, it becomes zinc sulfate and copper is left over, okay, as a residue. Okay, so this is the displacement reaction. And one more thing you need to consider is, here in the case of displacement reaction, high reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt solution, but the reverse thing doesn't occur. That means less reactive metal cannot displace high reactive metal from its salt solution. Okay, so this is said to be no reaction. Okay. So this is about the displacement reaction. In general terms, we can say like this. For suppose, let us consider a person is sitting here who is having less strength. Okay, it is his place. Okay. Now, a more energetic person can displace this less reactive, this less strength person from his position. Okay. Whereas if the if high strength person is sitting here, then a person is who is having high strength is sitting here, then less strength, a person who is having less strength cannot displace the person who is having high strength from his position, just like the chemicals. Okay. This is the best example to understand the displacement reaction clearly. Okay, so this is about the displacement reaction. Till now we discussed about the chemical properties of non-metals and displacement reaction. Let us discuss about the uses of metals and non-metals. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the uses of metals and non-metals. Okay. Let us discuss about the uses of metals and uses of non-metals. Let us consider about iron. Okay, iron is a metal, we know that very well. It is having many uses such as furniture and in machinery and household, for windows, the rods which are used for windows. Okay, those and many more are there. Okay, use machinery. Okay, so this is about the iron. Next, gold and silver. Gold, silver and platinum. Okay, and their uses, they are used in jewelry. And the next thing, aluminium. It is used in packaging. Okay, and next, calcium, sorry, zinc, it is used in galvanization, copper, electric wires and utensils, okay. Mercury, it is used in thermometers, okay. See, iron, it is used in furniture and machinery. Gold, silver, platinum, these are used in making jewelry. And next, aluminium, packaging, zinc, it is used in galvanization, okay. And copper, electric wires, and also some vessels, okay, utensils. And next, mercury, it is used in thermometer, okay. So this is about the uses of metals. Have a look at it. Next, we are going to discuss about the uses of non-metals. Let us consider about sulfur. It is used in insecticides. And next, phosphorus. It is used in fireworks and also matchsticks. Oxygen, it is a very important gas which is essential for all living organisms for breathing, okay, to live, okay. And the next thing is nitrogen. Nitrogen is used in fertilizers. Iodine, it is used as an antiseptic on wounds, okay. And next, chlorine, to disinfect water by using chlorination process, that is in the purification of water, okay. So this is about the uses of non-metal. See, sulfur, it is used in insecticides, fireworks, in fireworks and in matchstick. Phosphorus is used. Oxygen, it is essential for every living organism to live, okay. Nitrogen, fertilizers. Iodine, wounds, as an antiseptic on wounds, okay. It is a purple colored solution. And next, chlorine, to disinfect water, okay. So this is about the use of metals and non-metals. Have a look at it. So in this chapter we discussed about the classification of materials into metals and non-metals, their physical and chemical properties. Physical properties of metals are malleability, ductility, sonorousness, lustrous, hardness, good conductivity towards heat and electricity, okay. Whereas physical properties of non-metals are the properties of the physical properties of metals, whatever the properties are there. Other than these, all other properties comes under the physical properties of non-metals. And next, chemical properties of metals are reaction with oxygen, water, and next acids and bases, okay. Chemical properties of non-metals, reaction with the same materials, that is oxygen, water, acids and bases. We discussed about those. And after that we discussed about displacement reaction, with a displacement reaction with an example. And after that we discussed about the uses of metals and non-metals, okay. So this ends the lesson. We shall discuss the next lessons in the next sessions.